A quick update to the waiver wire. You're making your claims tonight. You just saw maybe that Elijah Mitchell has a broken finger. Still might be able to play this week. They're going to have a little surgery. See if they can patch it up, get him out there practicing tomorrow. Hopefully Elijah Mitchell will be good to go. But if not, Jeff Wilson, Jamie, is now where in your running back priorities?
So he'll be 2 behind Ramondre Stevenson, although you can argue that he's number 1 because the other update to the guys we talked about earlier is that Damien Harris was upgraded to limited in practice from where he was Monday. So still in the concussion protocol. We'll see if they clear him in time to play this week. My guess is both of these scenarios, if the starters, Damien Harris and Elijah Mitchell, miss this week, it's a 1-week situation. So you're just looking at a 1-week replacement. But if everybody if there's more likelihood of who's going to be out, who's going to be in, you probably would assume at this point Damien Harris is in and Elijah Mitchell is out. Just based on the nature of what they're dealing with. So could be looking at Jeff Wilson as a 1-week winner for you taking on the Jaguars.
Heath,
I'm a little bit less excited about Jeff Wilson, but not a whole lot. I think he'd probably. If I had to have a starter this week, I'd probably add Deontay Foreman over Jeff Wilson because I've got Foreman as a mid-range flex right now. I don't think anything's going to change to make his situation worse. And listen, they're optimistic that Elijah Mitchell, even after the surgery, will practice tomorrow. So we've got really no certainty at all that Wilson's going to even get the chance this week.
If Harris were out and you have Stevenson Thursday against the Falcons and Mitchell were out, and then you have the Jaguars on Sunday for San Francisco, who would you rank higher, Ramondre Stevenson or Jeff Wilson?
Stevenson, but it'd be very close.
I'd probably have a little bit of separation between them. I do think this Jacksonville run defense, their defense as a whole has been good lately. Their run defense on a per carry basis has been good pretty much all year long. And I think Jeff Wilson had 28 yards on 10 carries last night. So it would be Stevenson as a high end number 2, borderline number 1. Mitchell would be more of or Wilson would be more of a borderline number 2 for me.
Okay.
I wonder if San Francisco, even if Mitchell is fine, they put him in more of a backup role and kind of an emergency situation because whatever he's going to be dealing with is not going to be completely healed.
Well, that's the worst case scenario, I think, because if we find out Mitchell's playing and they're not going to tell us who's in a backup role going into it. So then it's just, you can't feel comfortable starting Wilson at all, whether he does good or not.
Totally agree. But I think, when you start to put, in the Deontay Foreman range, and I know you're more optimistic on Foreman, probably so, which I get. But the number 3 running back range is, there's the potential for Wilson, who just had 10 carries in, a very important game. Obviously, they're all important, but it's probably a bad way to phrase it. But it had 10 carries in a game where, it could be a similar score. We might see more work for him, if there's a blowout situation as well.
And do you see any purpose in picking up JaMychal Hasty or Trey Sermon? I know Hasty was inactive with an ankle injury, but just are you even going to look at those guys?
Only if we get to the end of the week and we find out that Mitchell's out, then I think you could see more of a shared situation with either Hasty or Sermon, and it'd be worth rostering one of those guys. I do think we also should bring up Adam. There was another thing that happened since our podcast today, which was Le'Veon Bell was released by the Ravens. And now there's hope, for Latavius Murray being active this week. So he was another guy we talked about. He's at 41%. So if you are looking at it, in context of Stevenson and now Wilson and Foreman and Gallman, Murray might be second or third, depending on how you want to view it. We're hoping for Foreman, but at least Murray, you've seen what he's capable of doing. And that he's probably going to step into some prominent role, whether it's the same role he had or maybe just more of a goal line opportunity. But he might be, honestly, the best of the bunch if he goes back to being the lead running back for the Ravens.
Well, I mean, should he be treated that way? Because I can't just say, well, he might be, because it's a waiver question. What should we tell people to do here in terms of?
I'll sum it up for myself. The ranking I'm going to have in the column, so Heath may have a different one, but I would say right now it's Stevenson 1, Wilson 2, Murray 3, Foreman 4, Gallman 5.
That sounds about right. I would probably just swap. I'd go Foreman 2, Murray 3, Wilson 4, I would say.
Oh, okay. All right, then. No love for Gallman. So
Well,
I'm just joking.
Stevenson.
No, I think he's, he might be the sneaky ad based on these things. And again, just to put it in context, Wilson's at 30%, Stevenson's at 52%, Murray's at 41%. You have a much likelier chance to get Foreman and Gallman than you do these other guys.
And like, I know you didn't like hearing, I don't know, but like outside of Ramondre Stevenson, this running back waiver wire is a big basket of I don't know. It's a complete and total guessing. Nobody.
I would put him in the basket too.
Well, because of Harris, yes.
Yeah,
but at least like if Harris is out, his is at least a simple two-way answer. If Harris is out, Stevenson's a must-start running back. If Harrison plays, he's a flex at best.
I feel that way about Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't feel that way? That if Elijah Mitchell's out, then Jeff Wilson's not a must-start?
He's an absolute must-start for me.
Absolutely. Really? Hey, listen, man. You should see the Falcons' yards per carry allowed to running backs. It's pretty good too. Just so you know. Is that the matchup, Heath, that holds you back?
No, it's the fact that I don't know that Wilson would get all the touches and that he has not, like, he's played one game this season and had 10 carries for 28 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is the scenario that you love. Team that just plugs and plays running backs historically. And if there's an injury, this is going to be the guy.
Okay. And it wasn't a great night rushing for Elijah Mitchell either. I mean, let's give a little credit to the Rams. He had 27 carries for 91 yards. Well, I didn't think we were even going to get 3 minutes out of this. I want to thank you guys for going overtime. Appreciate it. Very helpful stuff. And all right, go make your waiver claims, everybody. Thank you.